Think about that one person, the ghost on your timeline. No posts, no updates, no stories. Perhaps they have a dormant account, or perhaps they've opted out of the digital ecosystem entirely. When you ask them why, they offer a nonchalant shrug. I just don't feel the need, or I prefer my privacy. You nod, but beneath the surface a seed of suspicion grows. What are they hiding? Are they nursing a failure? Are they struggling? Or is there something they've grasped that the rest of us, addicted to the cycle of performing and curating, have completely missed? The truth the algorithms won't tell you is this: the person who doesn't post isn't just a Luddite. They are operating from a psychological framework that is, quite frankly, a radical departure from the norm. To understand them, we must first dissect Irving Goffman's impression management theory, the idea that life is a theater where we are all performative actors. In the digital age, this has morphed into the curated self. Every pixel, every caption, every strategically timed story is a signal. We are hunting for external proof to patch up our internal insecurities. But the ghost, the non-poster, has exited the theater. They've realized that the spotlight effect, our tendency to overestimate how much others care about our business, is a trap. While the average user spends hours refining a 15-second reel to manufacture a vibe, the non-poster is funneling that same energy into deep work. The neuroscience here is staggering. Every like triggers a dopamine spike in the ventral tegmental area, the same brain circuitry fired by gambling. We have become lab rats in a digital Skinner box, performing tricks for intermittent rewards. The non-poster, however, has achieved dopamine homeostasis. By removing the external scoreboard, they allow their prefrontal cortex to reclaim executive control. This brings us to the first profile, the high autonomy personality. These individuals possess a formidable ego axis. To them, posting isn't sharing. It's a violation of the sacredness of the moment. They don't need 300 strangers to validate a sunset. They understand the observer effect. The moment you pause to document your joy, you have ceased to participate in it. Then there is the second profile, the strategic observer. This is rooted in a sophisticated understanding of social dynamics. They realize that information is power, and by remaining a black box, they cultivate an aura of prestige. In a culture of total transparency, the person who remains unreadable becomes the most fascinating figure in the room. They know the game is rigged. By staying offline, they aren't hiding from reality. They are protecting themselves from a toxic illusion. The third, and most evolved profile, is the self-determined individual. Drawing on self-determination theory, they seek satisfaction in tangible reality. Their identity is a fortress built in the dark. The books they read, the skills they master, the conversations they hold in real time. They haven't disappeared because they're missing out. They've disappeared because they've found something infinitely more fulfilling. They have mastered the JOMO. Longitudinal data is sobering. Heavy social media use is directly correlated with the atrophy of gray matter in regions responsible for emotional regulation. By choosing the path of the digital ghost, these individuals are performing a vital act of neurological self-defense. They are exercising cognitive sovereignty. So next time you encounter an empty profile, recognize the quiet strength it takes to exist in a world that demands your submission. This moment is mine, this life is mine, and I don't need to broadcast it to make it real. In an age of total transparency, the most powerful thing you can be is a mystery.
In our modern era, we are conditioned to believe that to be is to be perceived. We operate under a digital perversion of Berkeley's philosophy, where existence is validated only by the data trails we leave behind. But while the world remains obsessed with the quantified self, measuring value in likes and metrics, a silent revolution is brewing. The digital ghost isn't merely out of touch. They have seen through the theatricality of the digital age. They recognize that social media has devolved into a digital panopticon, a psychological prison where we act as both prisoners and guards. To understand the ghost, we must follow the money. Every post provides behavioral surplus to what is called surveillance capitalism. Your joys, your grief, and your milestones are mined as raw materials for profit. The non-poster is a conscientious objector in this data war. By refusing to engage, they perform an act of data sabotage, denying the machine the ability to map or predict their next move. The contrast in brain chemistry is staggering. Modern users live in a state of continuous partial attention. The digital ghost protects their cognitive sovereignty. By exiting dopamine-driven loops, they allow their neurology to return to deep time. While others suffer from digital dementia, the ghost is building a mental fortress of focused, high-fidelity memory. In social dynamics, there is the scarcity principle. When you are constantly visible, your social value depreciates. By remaining a black box, they create an information vacuum that others naturally rush to fill with curiosity and respect. A post from a decade ago can haunt a career today. The digital ghost reclaims the beauty of human fluidity. They allow themselves to grow, err, and transform in the shadows. A life lived in public is a life lived in a straitjacket. Finally, we reach the philosophical core, JOMO, the joy of missing out. FOMO is a manufactured anxiety designed to ensure constant scrolling. The ghost isn't missing out on the world. They are tuning in to the physical plane. They have mastered active presence. Being ungoogleable will soon be the mark of the new aristocracy. It signals that you have no need for the world's approval. The ghost hasn't disappeared. They have simply found a place where the Wi-Fi is weak, but the connection to reality is absolute.